Reconstruction officially began in 1865 when the 13th Amendment passed, which was the first way in which African American women began to be integrated into American life. Next came the 14th Amendment, which allowed African Americans to become citizens of the United States, recognize them officially as citizens. However, the 15th Amendment, which gave African American men and men of color the right to vote, still did not allow for women to vote in the United States, which was a challenge that African American women faced. Another challenge that African American women faced in the African American community as a whole was that no reparations were ever paid to former slaves and who had worked on plantations and had obviously contributed to the South's economic success as well as the United States' economic success. Many African Americans found themselves working as sharecroppers on the plantations of their owners because they could find no other work, and that was the culture that they knew and the work that they knew how to do. Sharecropping often put families in debt and did not allow for them to have their own financial and economic dependence from their former masters who were their current employers. However, some women did find work on the same plantations that they had been slaves on. They work as domestic servants in the homes of their former mistresses, oftentimes because they understood how work was done. They were able to earn more pay than what their mistresses should have been paying them at the time, but oftentimes as well African American women were being ripped off because their mistresses did not trust their own judgment because they had no idea how to fairly pay people whom they had never paid before. One benefit that African Americans and African American women had during the Reconstruction era was the ability to earn an education and be educated and go to college, although many African Americans still couldn't attend universities with other white Americans. They attended HBCUs all across the country and became educators and leaders in their own fields. So those are some opportunities that African American women had, but also some challenges that came along during the Reconstruction era.